We all have thoughts that bring us down. We all have thoughts of fear. We have these thoughts pop into our head. And what do you do with them? What do you do with a thought that's bringing you down? This is Inner Peace Place. I'm Karen. I'd like to analyze what our options are when we have a thought. I want to expose them. Expose the thoughts for what they really are. So when you have a thought that isn't, let's just say, sadness or overwhelming feeling of being unsafe, being exposed, or even unworthy of doing something, unworthy of being who you are, we want to know why we have these thoughts. If you just accept them as who you are, you won't find a path to inner peace. So take a step back. As soon as you have a thought that is bringing you down, and you're afraid of the thought or of what it's creating inside of you, observe it. Observe it with curiosity rather than judgment. Take that thought and observe it. Where is it affecting you in your body? Is it making you tense? Do you feel stiff somewhere or immobile? You've got these thoughts that are so powerful, you're frozen. How is your breath? Is it shallow? These observations will assist you in figuring out that it really isn't who you are. Are you anxious? You're not anxious. The thought is what is creating this anxious energy inside of your physical form. Your downward spiral thoughts cannot harm you. However, it is not a good idea to play with these downward spiral thoughts. In other words, giving them purposeful jobs. Don't give them a job. Thoughts create. Once you understand that, it makes you more powerful in the direction you want to go. The thought that was bringing you down created the tension, created all of these feelings that you were having. You're very powerful. You did that. Let's learn to redirect those thoughts with love and acceptance and embrace them and say, wow, that's what I used to do. Let's see if I can do this. Make it a joyful observation. You are now becoming more powerful. You can stand in your own shoes with your head held high, no matter what thoughts are coming through your head, because you know that you can redirect a thought to an upward spiral thought. When you have one of those thoughts, bless it, observe it, figure out what it's doing in your physical form, how powerful it is, and see if you can find something good embedded in it. I've discussed this before with other things. Those thoughts are not 100%. They're not all-encompassing. Fear of failure, well, we'll pick that one. You're afraid you're going to fail at doing something. Take a deep breath and say, oh, I'm brave. I'm about to do this despite how scared I am. I am strong enough to try something new. That fear thought made me realize how strong I was. Can I ask the All That Is to help me grow through this fear? This fear will help me grow. What if you have the thoughts, I'm not good enough, I'm not a good person, I'm not good enough to warrant having these things in my life or these people in my life? Find the good in that. Support the part of that that says, I can value who I am in this moment. The personality self is remembering something you used to do, and that's okay. Who are you at this moment? I am powerful. I'm releasing the tension and the negative feelings and energy that I was having in my body because I know I value myself in this moment. I love who I am. And because of that feeling, I'm realizing things that I didn't know. I am my own best friend. Take a deep breath and ask for guidance as you work through any of these fear thoughts. They are opportunities for you. You can ask for movement energies in an upward direction. In other words, rather than having that tension in your back, neck, or head, headache, whatever, you can ask to be taught how to shift that into upward spiral energies. Eventually, when that thought comes into your head, because they always visit again, that's kind of the way they are, you can say, oh, yes, I remember you. You're helping me grow. And we're going to do this with that thought. We're going to find this, and you pick it. And you experience the joy thought replacing the fear thought. Now, some fear thoughts are extremely powerful because they have so much history behind them. When a thought has a lot of history, it doesn't mean that it's immovable, you can't move it. It just simply means you've put a lot of thought time into it. So let's replace that amount of thought time with thought time in an upward flowing direction. Replace the thoughts as they come up with love, embracing them and saying, let's do this. I choose to think this, and stand your ground. Be your own best friend. Be a spiritual warrior when it comes to thoughts. Never play with downward spiral thoughts. They have so much momentum because of the past. When you play with them, and by playing, what I mean is rethinking it over and over and over, playing with it in your head. If only this or if only that. You're giving it more power, more momentum. And that's not what you want to do. Spiritual growth gives you the opportunity to replace the downward spiral energies with upward spiral energies and spiral or flowing energies. Put your thought time where you want it. Now, if you wake up in the middle of the night and you have these thoughts, you can treat it the exact same way as if it was during the day. They do seem to be more powerful, and that's because there's not as much other distractions going on in the room because the room is usually dark and it's quiet. And so those thoughts seem to just scream. Do the same activity with them. Be alert. Be vigilant. Be on your watchtower so that you can observe the energies that are coming your way that you no longer appreciate. The spiritual warrior is an individual willing to put the time and the energy behind things that are bringing them joy and allow the fear thoughts to fall away because they're not being nourished any longer. Every single thought that you have has the potential to be redirected. And you're the only one that can do that. Love and light to you and your thoughts. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.